Hello, how are you? Hello, Radioman. May I ask you, how does it feel to have a film in the Santa Barbara International Film Festival about you?
It feels overwhelming. I mean, it's crazy, you know. I really don't understand the reasoning behind it. Why I'd be selected to be all over the place. Santa Barbara is one stop. I've been in Dubai already, right? We went there. We went to England.
Oh my goodness.
And we went to Scotland at the London Film Festival in England, and then Scottish. What was it? Where was it?
We just
In
had
Edinburgh?
a little private screening in in Galashiels, tiny little place in Scotland. Yeah,
And we premiered in Hot Docs, did we not? In Canada? Yeah.
in Toronto.
All right. Have you traveled everywhere with him?
Yes, I wouldn't want to leave him by himself for too long.
No, not at all.
Well, aside from becoming a world traveler, how else has this film changed your life?
Well, my life is still like the same, you know, but it's just that traveling around and experiencing all of this is very overwhelming to me. Yeah.
What's Tom Hanks like?
Huh?
What's Tom Hanks like?
He can be a pain in the neck. No, he's a great guy, really is. And he's about to do Broadway very soon in New York. Yeah. What's the name of it? You get it?
I don't know. You know everything.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, it starts in March, very soon. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'll be invited.
Oh, I hope so. Tom was very, very cool with it. Yeah. This is Radioman. Get him on a first name basis. You don't know the radio, you know, something like that. He says in the documentary. You'll get to see it. You know, tomorrow at 4:00.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Monday portion of the 28th Annual Santa Barbara National Film Festival, presented by lynda.com. One quick announcement, and then we can get started. Actually, two quick announcements. First announcement, cell phones. Please make sure you turn them off. No texting, please. No ringtones. No ringing. No looking at your phone. Just as a common courtesy to everyone, so please make sure that you turn them off. If you do need to use a phone, just please step outside, and everyone will be happier. Second, there is going to be a Q&A after this film. Mary Kerr, I don't know if she is here, but I know she will be here after the Q&A. So please stick around. Radioman, it is an amazing film. It is really interesting to see. I never really noticed how many films this guy actually shows up in until you actually watch the film and everything. And now you're going to start, every film you're going to watch after that, you're going to start looking for him now. So please enjoy the film. Please stick around for the Q&A afterwards. It's going to be great. And enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you. Well, I guess I don't need an introduction, but let me introduce Director Mary Kerr and Radioman right on the stage. It looks like we only have one mic, so we have to keep passing them around. But Mary, if you can just start us off by, how did you find out about Radioman and kind of what drove you to this project?
I actually think I saw Radio once in New York. I think I remember him cycling past. I think everyone has seen him.
What? Only one microphone? I mean, I don't need a mic. I can just talk with it. Go ahead, Mary.
I think everyone has seen him. He is everywhere in New York.
Bob, Joe, Jill, whoever.
This is how these Q&As go. It's the radio show now. And and then I think I had seen him, and then Paul Fisher, the producer, the story is that he wanted to work on Indiana Jones 4 as a PA. That's his lifelong dream, and we didn't know where it was coming in or dates and stuff. And someone went, we were on a film set, and someone went, ask that guy over there. And so Paul was like, why? Like this little angry elf type guy. And Radio turned around and he was like, these are the dates. And so we went up to Connecticut, and there he was. Paul was like, that's the guy I told you about. And there he was eating out of a bin, talking to Steven Spielberg, dressed in a 1950s costume. And I was just like, wow, this is fascinating. And I thought it was fascinating, like the idea of perception.
Slow down a bit. I mean,
Sorry.
like Roadrunner.
But it's because you interrupt. I'm so excited I have a moment for it.
Okay, you'll have a moment, I know.
Okay, just one.
When you get to the bathroom, you'll have a real moment.
Just one second. So yes, he. Sorry if I'm going fast. This is an unusual moment. So yes, that's how we met, and I like the idea of perception. You know, how I may have seen him in New York cycling by and thought, oh, poor guy, he's got all his belongings on his bicycle, but he just had this magical world, and obviously everyone is drawn to him, and we kind of found, like, as we went along, we just realized, wow, he's amazing. I mean, we didn't know anything about him. He could have been totally crazy, which he is, but in a good way.
Well, can you also talk about how long the filming process was? And one of the things that I noticed too is when you got into Radioman's backstory and everything, was that something that kind of you started noticing as you went along with filmmaking, or was that something that you really wanted to explore right when you decided that you wanted to make the film?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important.
Tell them how you discovered me.
We just did. We just did that.
You did?
Yes.
Maybe I'm getting senile. Where was it? Where was it you found me?
We found...
Was it in a trash can or something?
Oh, yes.
You opened the lid and I popped out like Jack in the Box?
See, I'll be very fast and then I'll pass it on to the radio. Well, the question, yes. Sorry, what was the question? Oh, the backstory. Yes, the backstory. Yeah, of course, it's just really important. I think if you're doing a character documentary, like, we'd never made a documentary, we hadn't actually made anything before, and I think we watched a lot of documentaries, and a lot of them are either sort of goal-orientated or, you know, like issue docs, and so we watched a lot of the Maisels documentaries, and you know, I like the idea of a backstory, like where has this guy come from, but radio, like, it took a long time to get radio to open up, because a lot of people have approached him before and they usually just want him to introduce them to celebrities, and we kept on going, we want to talk to you, and he'd go, they don't want to know about me, and I would go, I think they do, and then we would show it to a few people and they'd go, you've got to take celebrities out, like, you've got to cut them down, like, we need more of radio, and that's what we knew that from the start, but it took a convincing.
Took us an eternity. Oh yeah. I felt like Moses, it took me so long just to build that off. Oh dear, I think it's the right animals too. So anyway, yeah, anybody have any questions or whatever?
Have you been on a bicycle here?
As a matter of fact, I do, yeah. Some lady yesterday, I asked them, I don't have a bike, so, you know, could anybody that have a bike I can borrow? She says, oh yeah, I have one. And sure enough, yesterday morning, she comes along, gives me this beautiful Schwinn bike. Where is it? I don't know. What did we do with it? Someone steal it? No. But it's around, and it was a great gift. I appreciate it. Of course, I have to return it, but it's fun, you know, very fun. I must say, because I'm wearing the Santa Barbara hat, I want you to know this place is awesome, really. Not just the community, but everything around it. I rode around near the bay, if you want to call it, whatever it is, and the river there, and it's just great, you know. And the wharf, it's fabulous. Going up the hill by Cliff Drive, woo, little stimulating, you know. And the bike I have has no speed, you know. I speed myself into oblivion. But I'm glad you all came. I hope you had a good experience with this. I want lots of people to know and to see it everywhere, you know, because it tells a story of what a person like me could do, and know all these big name celebrities, and as myself, you know, and just being me, you know. It's hard for me to explain. I'm not that good at diction. Anyway, thank you for coming. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Hey, Radioman.
Yes, sir.
I'm Tack, the production manager of the film festival. A little story about Radioman. On Wednesday night, or Friday night before Ben Affleck, I went over this red carpet schedule with security, head of securities from the East Coast. And okay, that's Ben, that's Matt, that's this person, that's person. I turned the page, and the guy goes, that's Radioman. Radioman's gonna come here? He got really excited. Who cares about Ben and Matt, but he was really excited about Radioman.
I didn't even know that. Thank you. That's fabulous. I'll tell him that and give him like 50 autographs. Could you sign these, please, now? Yeah.
How old are you?
Too old. How old are you? I'll give you the question. I'm, believe it or not, I'm 62. And believe me, the bicycling and all that kind of stuff makes you feel young. You know, if you keep doing what you do,
like that, you'll feel the same way. Not just get on a bus or car or cab or whatever. Try a bike, really. Do it. It's great. Great exercise, and it's good for the heart, it's good for the body, it's good for the soul. Yes.
So what's next for you? What would you like to have happen in your life?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, this is just overwhelming, you know, to go to all these different cities and countries and states. I was in Dubai, believe it or not, and we had the festival out there. They took me out there as well. I haven't spent a penny on any of this. This is all done by festival people. I guess they just loved it so much that they wanted me to be there, you know. It's incredible, it really is, really. I stayed at the Sandman Inn over here. I thought I was going to sleep forever, the Sandman. What is this, you know? Oh, my goodness. But it's a great place, great place. Any other questions?
Right here, right here.
Up there? Yes.
How has the documentary changed your perspective on your own life?
How has the documentary changed what?
Your perspective on your life.
It has changed in a way that is different than I live now, you know, but it won't change me as far as my own personality, the way I've always been, you know. But this is a different change because I've never, ever experienced this kind of overwhelming respect for people, you know, and how they respect me. It's incredible. It really is. Thank you. Thank you.
Barry, what's next for the film? Where are you taking it after this?
We got into Argentina. But actually, we were saying in the last screening, we have a Facebook page for Radioman, and you can see all his travels, which includes radio on a camel in Dubai, and on a chairlift, and in Scotland, and it's amazing. It's so funny, and so
Sitting on the Matterhorn next.
And so we were meant to be going to Argentina in April, and that's
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I've never been there, so I have no clue what that's going to be like, really.
that's our next stop.
Are we doing a premiere in Toronto or something?
That's Paul.
Is that right? Paul, please, Paul, stick. Paul happened to be our producer and probably one of the best in the business. If you ever need him for anything, he's available. Trust me. Oh, look at how blushy he is and shy.
He was trying to say we're having a public release in Canada in February, and then in cinemas here in March, and then iTunes and DVD and stuff in April.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
The wall here, I didn't get behind it.
Radio, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What makes a celebrity in your mind?
What makes a celebrity in my mind?
How would you describe what makes a celebrity?
As I am now, or you mean just any celebrity?
What do you think?
A celebrity. You go after celebrities, right? To get them
Right, right.
So
What makes them different between ordinary people? Is that what you're trying to say? There shouldn't be really any, you know, it's very similar, you know, to me, that all of us are like in the same boat. It's just that some of them are more famous than others, and why? I don't know why, but it's the way of the world, I guess. I don't know, you know. Why can't they just be all normal, everyday people, you know? But some of them are treated like kings and queens, and oh, they respect this one. This one's a diva, and they put all kinds of labels on people. I think we're all celebrities when it comes really down to it, you know? We could all be famous, we could all be somebody, you know? And that's what it takes to believe in yourself, and you can all be like, have celebrity status. That's what I think. It sounded so poor.
I know that you showed up in Atlantic City and in Washington, D.C. Where else have you sort of hopped in on a film set aside from New York City?
Besides from New York, I was at D.C., like you said, Pittsburgh, right, on the Tom Cruise film, Jack Reacher. I was over there. Baltimore, I was there for a few times, a couple of movies there. Mostly around the East Coast. And any other time I'm on the West Coast, is when the Oscars show up.
So
You
I guess
know,
my question is, do you plan those things out in advance, or is that pretty impulsive?
it's pretty impulsive, pretty spontaneous. When I find out an actor or an actress is filming in other states or whatever, it like blows their mind if they see me there. You know, Radioman, you rode your bike all the way here? Most of the time, yes, I do. You know, it's unreal, it really is. Did you cycle all the way here, Radioman? That's the way the English say it. Cycle, you know.
We're going in the back over there.
Yes.
The celebrities that we saw on the screen seem to have a very dear affection for you. Have you been able to hang out with any celebrity off the set, just like in a personal situation?
Occasionally I do, yes. But, you know, I don't really like to hang with them when they're on, you know, their special time, you know. It's on the set is more where I do my thing, you know. I let them do whatever they want, whatever they do, you know. I don't bother them much. I don't like to be hanging out with them, as it were, quote unquote, you know. It's fun to be at the movie, or if I see them like at a premiere or something like that, and we exchange words and this and the other thing. But no, I don't really pal around and palsy-rousy and hang around with them. Robin Williams, not the only one I do, you know. I guess because we look so much alike, eh? At least that's what they tell me. But others saying, maybe look a little more like De Niro, you know what I mean? You never know. That was a good question. I like that question.
Are you going to make it to the Oscars?
I hope so. Depends on the budget, you know. I know. I'm pretty tapped out right now. But that's the way the world is. What can I say? But I should make it, yeah. Maybe I can find a little job here. Who knows? I'm supposedly supposed to leave around the 17th and stay for like 10 days. And I stay at the Vagabond Inn, always. Love that place. Yes.
Do you have a favorite to win the Oscar this year? Best actor, actress, etc.?
Do I have a favorite to win the Oscar?
Yeah, who do you
With motion picture or an actor or what?
Yeah, anything. Actor, actress, record, who are...
I think all those movies stink. No, I mean, you know, Lincoln this and Lincoln that. So many people have done movies about Lincoln, you know, and I love Spielberg. I think he does a great job in all the other movies he made. But this, you know, is not, to me, I don't like it, you know. I don't think it's that great, you know.
Radio?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Silver Lining Playbook? Forget about it. And you know, who wants to watch a musical about Les Mis when you've seen it in a play so many times in New York? You know, even though you got great actors in it, and Anne Hathaway's good, and I like her, I love her, she's great, and I hope she wins Best Supporting Actress. You know what I really was pissed about is that Catherine Bigelow was completely dissed from the Oscars. And Ben, and Leo, okay, who did a great job in Django, you know, and I just finished working with him on a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street. That'll be out sometime next year. But one thing they won't be able to do, these Hollywood hoods, as I say, will not be able to diss him for Great Gatsby, because that is his role, and he will get an Oscar for that. I promise you that. I have to give it to him myself in his derriere.
We've got one that's been waiting here for a while.
When did you get your first radio?
When did you get your first radio?
What a word. My first radio?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. That's a long time ago. 40 years, maybe? Yeah. I had one of those tube models I used to hang around my neck. No. Probably in the 70s. Yeah. Late 70s.
Were you a child, or...?
No. I wasn't really into the radio at that time. Yeah, I wanted to be a DJ, you know, in radio. Spinning records and go, oh, CBS FM, KURS 101, our sister station on the West Coast. You know, something like that. But I wound up being radio man because of that fact, and because I always carried it around my neck because I didn't want to get stolen, you know, on the movie sets. And somehow it just clicked that I would be in this movie business, this crazy, weird motion picture business. And it is. It's fun, but sometimes it can be very grueling and very crazy. You never know.
I
We got time
think
for
it's
two
very
more.
inspirational how you traded in your beer for your pacifier that you said used to be a beer. You
Oh
traded
yeah,
in for your,
traded my beer for what?
for your radio.
Oh, for my radio,
And I
yeah.
think that's
Well,
very
that's when I got busted on the set of a movie called City Hall.
Yeah.
And I got screwed up there, and as Herbie told you, they thought he was nuts. They put him in a crazy house. You know. But good old Herbie. Anyway, yeah, and I just gave it up cold turkey. You know, I said, "No, I'm not going to drink anymore." And after I went to Bellevue, I said, "No, I don't need to go to meetings." I went to a few of those, and I did. This is not for me. Forget it. You know, I'll just clean up myself, and I did. I used to look in the grocery stores and see, you know, in the freezers with beer. I just pass it up and go and buy a soda or a drink or something like that. You know, like a fruit drink or something. I hate milk. I never drink it.
We've got time for
Milk
one.
is what the cow cells drink. Remember that?
We got time for one more if someone's got it?
I got one question.
Oh, okay.
It's for,
Yeah, get your job back.
It's for Mary.
This is for Mary, and also for you too, Radio Man.
Why don't you go home? Let me be the moderator.
As you were filming, was there ever a point as a documentary filmmaker, obviously you want to see the realness and stuff, and you obviously have a camera on Radio Man, and did you never notice that you felt that there was times when Radio Man was performing too much for the camera, or Radio Man, did you feel like you were performing? Did you ever feel that there was a time where you almost had to stop him? You felt that he was maybe just trying to be too much of a character for the camera versus not being real?
Yes, totally. A lot of the time, like especially like when it makes me laugh. Like when we had when we'd go really. The only things we really set up were cycling shots. Like just we needed.
Mary, slow it down a few pegs.
Sorry, I'm going really fast.
Don't be sorry. Just be proficient.
Okay.
I taught her everything. You know that.
Radio would do these cycling shots, and he wouldn't stop talking, and we'd go, no, we need them without you talking, but Radio doesn't know any of this. This is stuff that he'll be, and so we had the funniest shots of him going past the car, it'll be like you can hear him coming, and then just like go off, and we wanted. And so a lot of the time, I think when he's actually doing the big films, he stops breathing, actually, and to stop himself from talking, I think. But yeah, what was we did? Yeah, sometimes we would find he was radio. You were quite. Hello, this is Radio Man here. And we had to, but we gave our editor, like we worked with a few editors, and then we got Gary, a great editor, and he just like fell in love with radio and fell in love with the character and could work out when, the bits that we could take out. And
once you're finished, Mary, I have a very serious thing I want to tell these people, because I've seen a lot of people on the street here that are homeless and that don't have money, and it really, bereaves me to see that kind of thing. So what I want to do is, if there is any possibility at the end of these festivals are over, if you could have a special screening for those people and let them see this film. Is that a possibility? Can we make that happen? Whoever the powers that be who run this festival and hear what I'm saying, please make that happen, okay? Thank you.
I think that's that sounds just so rude of me to interrupt you, but can you just elaborate on that? Anything else about the radio character? Is there anything?
Oh, about the radio character thing. No, I mean, radio has a persona, and he acts it out, and you kind of either have to trick him into being quiet or wait for him to be a little quiet and get something else behind, as well as the persona, because that's who he is. But you kind of want to peek behind it, and it takes kind of waiting or tricking him and kind of waiting for him to be tired or...
Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for leaving. I'll see you soon.